You know what time it is. Let's get a clap.
Let's get that NOLA clap.
Well, okay, now. All right. We are here. Welcome back to the Get the Goods podcast. Today, I am your host, co-host, Mike Floss. Sitting to my right, we have
Erica R. Perry, the first.
Esquire.
That's true, too. Mm-hmm.
Jamel's not here today,
All right.
but we holding it down.
We gonna hold it
We're
down.
going to hold it down. All right, so we've been gone for a little bit.
We have been, but we came back matching.
I don't know if it's quite matching. Shout out to your Vomeros. I'm so proud of you for not buying another pair of Nike Dunks. This is what I'm talking about.
I look up to you, and you got on the. I wanted to be like you because you got the same kind.
Right.
Yeah. So I was really thinking. I have to before I buy tennis shoes. I have to get them approved by a few people.
Trusted voices.
A council.
We seek wise counsel.
Yeah, we see Mike, my sisters, and so they approved of one color, and then I saw the blue, and these are actually youth size. So, yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
I know.
So like we always do. like we always
Why
do.
You don't care?
We would like to start with the news. You want to pop it off?
Yeah, I have quite a bit of news because we haven't. With July, we took time off, right? Yes, we're back in August. So
we took some time off.
Yeah, time off. We had a vacation. I guess we'll talk about that later. But so a few things happening in the news. We got black unemployment rate is at 7.2%. The national unemployment rate.
And that's high or low?
It's high. It's high. It's higher than last year and higher than last month. And it's substantially higher than the unemployment rate for the whole country. And so the total unemployment rate is at 4.2%. The black unemployment rate is at 7.2%. And then the other thing that's important to note is that like black women's unemployment rate has gone from like 5.5% to 5.3%. And so you can see, you know, what they say is first one, last one hired, first one fired. We know this to be true about black people. And so unfortunately we see that in real time. So again, this is the moment where we be thinking about how do we continue to organize, how do we build community, show up for each other, especially as we can likely anticipate more moments like this, unfortunately. Yeah. So that's one piece of my news.
One good thing that's going on, Chris Smalls has returned. He was a union organizer, one of the first Amazon organizers to unionize in 2020, I believe. And they had the Freedom Flotilla. They were trying to bring goods and supplies to Gaza in I don't know if it's an embargo or blockade. What is it?
Well, one is a genocide going on, and so they're trying. Not only are they bombing people, they're also at the same Israel at the same time also attempting to starve people. And so as a part of their effort to one, raise awareness around that, but also get folks food. And
so they've been blocking resources from coming.
Yeah, blocking resources
Gaza.
from
and
coming.
They were those folks were detained, but Chris Smalls was treated particularly bad, and recently returned. So we happy that he's made it back.
Yeah, he made it back, and you know I think he is lifting up. What's important is that as black organizers, I think us being able to make that international connection, and he put his life and body on the line because he understands, like us, understand the connection between the genocide that is happening in Gaza and what is happening in Sudan and Congo and Cuba and how it's connected to our struggle, how it's connected to the unemployment rate here, right? Yeah. And so the way that our folks don't have our material needs here.
And even when they are employed, not having proper treatment.
Exactly. So all of that. And then the other piece of news I got is that Tennessee lawmakers, state lawmakers, we in the super majority, right wing majority, colluding with Elon Musk to build a tunnel connecting Nashville Airport to downtown. They have plans to do that. And so they got no input from the people, residents in Tennessee or Nashville. And so folks have been really trying to stop that. But as you can see, these are the things that are happening in places like Tennessee, where it's like there's a super right-wing majority and they're exercising power by being like, we gonna collude with Capitol.
And people have been talking about how so many of Elon Musk projects end up not even going to completion.
Exactly.
And then the constituents are just left with a half completed project and like the destruction of an area because of these failed projects. So it's pretty disgusting. I saw that I saw it phrased that we're living in a democratic recession.
Yeah.
Where it's like democracy is at an all-time low, like on a global level, and this whole like aristocracy and this extreme late stage like capitalism has been controlling so much of the world in a way that maybe for the first time in this way, or for the first time in a very long time in human history.
Yeah, we know people like us are fighting back. And so I have two more pieces of news.
Go for it.
It's cool to share. One is, in that vein, the state of Tennessee executed Byron Black earlier this week. He was actually 69 years old. Black man, was already experiencing health issues. Was convicted in 1989, and they waited 35 years to carry that out. There were many appeals to try to save his life. His lawyers and actually other community members spoke out, attempting to get the state to not execute him, but they went ahead with it. Unfortunately, in this country, there are he's the 28th person killed in that way in the United States this year, just this year.
Wow.
Just this year. And so folks are right. And when we talk about abolition of the prison industrial complex, it one also recognize the fact that the state does not have the moral authority to even carry out justice. The other piece of it is that the deep entrenchment is like anti-blackness woven into it. And so to see the state continue to kill black people in this particular way is extremely frustrating. And I think gives us more reason to keep organizing to abolish this system.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, we have to continue to fight, and it's like we're really in a fight for our lives. It's not like...
Yeah, literally. They killed him.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, stop. People were like, don't kill him. And they was like, nah, we gon'.
And not only that, it was torturous because he had a heart device that made the way in which they executed him unconstitutionally painful. So, yeah, it's very crazy. Long live all the ancestors, all the people we lost, and we're going to continue to fight for our people.
Yeah. And I know you had one more piece of news and I had one.
Yeah. Well, I can end with mine.
No, we can end with mine.
Is it negative or is it positive?
It's something. Well, I'm just trying to go back,
Is it going to make people sad?
Mike.
I like to end on a good note.
Okay, we going to...
All right, cool, I'll go. All right, so shout out to everybody that stood up against the deforestation of the Antioch Forest and the contamination of Mill Creek. There was a lot of protests going on. A lot of constituents were speaking up because they were going to turn this into a distribution center in Antioch, 30 minutes outside of where we are right now. And folks are really was very outraged about the environmental harm that was going to occur and all of the forms of pollution, whether that was air pollution, noise pollution. There's so many different levels in which this was going to affect those residents, and they wasn't for it. And fortunately, that bill has been deferred, but that means that it can also be presented again. So we're going to have to continue to fight, but it's great. We're happy to see that it is not going forth, at this current moment. And shout out to all of those people who stood up against that. That's fire.
Yeah, no, for real. And my last piece of news before we get into updates is that unfortunately BET has decided to discontinue the Hip Hop Awards.
That is news.
That's news. But I think, if we say we want to not end on a sad note, it creates an opportunity for other people to celebrate hip hop.
Well, let me say this.
What would that look like for another, piece of the entertainment and to really go back to the foundations of hip hop? What would you say is the history and importance of hip hop in our culture? And how do we get to honoring that?
So there was one year I was supposed to go to the Hip Hop Awards. I had a ticket to the Hip Hop Awards.
Yeah.
And I will say,
what is it?
My people. Some of the rudest people I have ever met was working at it. It was so mean.
The Hip Hop Awards?
They were so mean.
No.
Now, I was I got lost where I was supposed to go. I didn't know where I was supposed to be. It was kind of confusing how it was set up. And there was like the shuttles. You had to go to one place and they had to shuttle you to another place. And it was like a whole checklist of things you had to do before you get to the first place. It was like, I was a little bit lost in the sauce. So some of that's on me. That was user error. But I was trying to ask the people that was working the event the question, and they was just like staring at me like I was stupid.
Where
and I was like,
at?
this was in Atlanta. Oh. So I was like, sorry, I don't understand this process.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that
I'm just asking
you.
questions. But it's cool. It's cool. I'm not tripping.
Did you get
some
to
of that's
go?
on me. No, I did not get to go. But it's okay because some of it was my fault. And I also didn't understand the process. So I can't put that on the people that's just working the event.
Can't.
But at the same time, you
so
don't have to be.
You stopped the Hip Hop Awards.
I single-handedly ended the because I was mad. Because I was mad I didn't get to go. Yeah, I got real power. You know what I'm saying? You don't let me in, you ain't gonna be no awards. All right? Until I get one, ain't none.
Ain't no Hip Hop Awards.
So y'all know how we gotta bring it back. You know what I'm saying?
Look, they better honor Mike.
Tell Mike Floss he need to get a Lifetime Achievement Award.
He really need to recognize the work that he do at the SMC, the work of the history of Mike Floss. Pearl High School student.
Born Again Church usher.
Look, and Mama Heard.
And band member. Look, okay? I done put work in.
Collegiate 100. Is it?
President, 2 years running.
Look, come on. It's time.
It's time.
That's the only way the Hip Hop Awards gonna come back.
What's his name? Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah.
I call him Ben.
Okay, cause look, that's where we at with it.
I ain't been able to reach him on the phone. That's the problem.
That's why it's canceled. Now we know how to bring the Hip Hop Awards back.
There we go. Okay.
And it's gonna have to be different though. What would you make different about it?
Ooh, what I would make different.
Better directions.
First of all, okay, we bringing in the culture for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the artists that's not big artists, let's bring in all of the artists that's fire that may not be nominated for awards and let it be like this is where we gonna gather all of the underground scenes from all over the country. Let's get them in there. Another thing I would change, we gonna go, I think they did this maybe one year, but no host.
Oh, yeah.
No host.
No host?
Just do the thing.
Okay.
We have people present the awards. You know, we have stuff going on, but I don't need a host making the little corny jokes throughout the whole thing. It's just taking too long. Let's speed this up.
Yeah.
Okay. Regional awards. I don't know if they might do that, actually.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't remember.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Because they ain't invited me.
Yeah, they ain't. Look, creative director here. Come on.
Look, holla at your boy. I can't give him too much sauce now.
Yeah, you can't. But
we might do our own awards.
Okay, because somebody need to fill in the gap, but also get back to the, I remember in Brown Sugar, she was like, when I fell in love with hip hop, I'm like, can we get back to
when did you fall in love with hip hop?
I remember.
We listening.
It was 2008. It was around this time, actually.
Around August?
Yeah, I was a freshman in undergrad. And I remember, showed my ID, got into the club. What was it? It was a blue drink we was drinking.
Okay.
And I remember hearing.
Y'all was on the Hypnotic?
No, it was a blue drink. But when you was young, they used to have them. It was just a lot of sugar and a lot of alcohol.
Kool-Aid and Taka.
Yeah. But that was probably it. But then I remember coming back. It was the first. I didn't really know much about Drake at the time. But the album Take Care. I'm sorry. Take Care came out. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is really talking about my experience in life.
Take Care didn't come out in 2008.
No, but it came out in like 2010, 11. So I'm saying that's when it was moments.
So it was 3 years before Take Care? Or it was you knew Take Care was coming.
You have to keep falling in love. It's you don't just get to stay in. It's like I gotta keep renewing.
It's like being with a woman. You gotta learn her over and over again.
Yeah.
Okay. I like
your person. Yeah. So
I like it.
Yeah, Drake was one piece of it, and then I can't remember. Yeah. Then when I heard what's that song?
Let's not do it. Okay. Moving forward, we gonna move to the next segment.
What's going on in your life?
What's going on in your life, Erica? We would love to know. Everybody loves your updates.
Funny because I really enjoy talking to Mike because I can't wait to get to your update. I'm gonna talk about mine, then I gotta ask you a question. Okay. So my update is not that interesting. I've been traveling. Woo! Came back from Jackson. Was in Jackson, Mississippi for this youth summit. Got to talk a bit about the work we do here with the Office of Youth Safety, and then it was in the paper, the Jackson Advocate, which is like the black paper down there. So that was really, really cool. Because, Jackson, Mississippi means so much to us. We look at the Jackson People's Movement Assembly. It's like how we, in some ways, have modeled our work at the Black National Assembly, the work of SNCC and Fannie Lou Hamer in Mississippi. So it's really beautiful to, like, have that moment to go down there and see some folks that we've worked with in the past, and then be in conversation with them. And that was, like, to then come back to work and be like, see, like, the folks who, like, Fannie Lou Hamer is behind us. And so that was just really beautiful.
And happy Black August.
Yes, happy Black August. And been really commemorating and observing Black August. A part of my Black August commitment is both we're reading Asada Shakur as a staff, and to observe Black August, and then folks are on their workout routines. Like I'm like, oh my God, I gotta work out every day this month, which is a commitment for me. And then like being vegan, and so like I'm in it. And so that's I think that's most of my update. And then we had a week off where I got to just like be. Like, I feel like when we travel for work, it's like, okay, traveling for vacation is like, that feels like work. So I just like got to stay in the house. I did order too much takeout. I'm not going to hold you.
You got to get off that DoorDash.
I do. It's so hard. Because I was just like, I can't move. I'm so tired. And I was like, can I get some popcorn? Can I get some cheesecake? I had cheesecake twice.
Okay, you've been living. Staycation.
I'm happy for you. Staycation. And I got to like rewatch Insecure. I was like, dang, Issa was wilding.
And what did you realize about Insecure?
I realized Issa was wilding, but also Jerome was too. So, whatever. What
Jerome?
What was her?
Lawrence?
Lawrence. Oh, yeah, Lawrence.
Okay.
Yeah, Lawrence. Both of them was wilding, but Issa really was wilding. She did not have to cheat on that man. So that was something I came to the conclusion of on my fourth time watching it.
I've been having a good time. I'm a recently ordained minister, so you gotta respect me as such.
Congratulations! I forgot I was sitting next to Minister Mike Floss.
That's a fact.
Okay,
Reverend will also be acceptable.
Reverend.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the appropriate title. It's kind of like Esquire when you're a lawyer.
Okay, Reverend Mike.
Reverend Floss.
Reverend Floss. When is your sermon to,
My sermon.
Don't people have their first sermon?
Well, I officiated a wedding.
Okay. So when you going to preach the word?
I preached a word at the wedding.
Oh, what did you preach about?
Oh, I preached about love.
What did you say?
I preached about togetherness. You know what I'm saying? I hit him a little proverb.
What was your proverb?
A little Boosie lyric. You know what I'm saying? I'm a cultural.
Boosie lyric
I'm
for
a
love.
cultural reverend.
Boosie for love?
Yeah.
What did he say about love?
Real friends gonna ride when it's time to ride.
That's fair. That is love in some ways.
And
we'll see.
Okay. So I need everybody to respect me as such. I'm Reverend Floss now. I will take prayer requests. So if y'all want to send in...
Do your prayers get up there?
Oh, my prayers travel.
Okay. Do they avail?
I stopped the hip-hop
A little
wars.
bit or much? That is true. That is true.
I'm plugged in. So
he listened to you.
Yeah. So if you got a prayer request, feel free to send it to getthegoodspod@gmail.com. We will review your request for prayer, and we will say a prayer for you.
We do pray around here now. Okay, let me tell you.
Erica been working on her prayer language.
I have.
We're hoping it comes through soon. Okay, what else I've been doing?
What did you watch?
What did I watch? Oh God. Okay, I watched Wicked, and I was thoroughly disappointed. Didn't like it at all. Will not rewatch.
Dang, the cinematography. They planted all those flowers were real. Did you know that?
Sure.
And the water, all of that was real. That wasn't like made up. They planted that there.
They spent $145 million. I would expect it to look good.
Oh, don't say that. That's bad.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
But save the animals. All right.
No, for real. No, for real. Ooh, okay. There's a dilemma here.
Wicked.
No.
So I'm not a musicals person. You know what I'm saying?
Were you inspired? Cause she really had a hard life, and then she still fought for.
But
justice.
also, I understand that I wasn't the target audience.
Yeah. Who do you think the target audience was?
I think many women feel the need to speak to their younger self, right? And I feel like this film gave them the opportunity to affirm their inner child, and that's very beautiful.
You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about when are the opportunities that Black men specifically get to speak to your inner child? Have you seen any film? Is 444 that or no?
You mean the album?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's speaking to your inner child.
When do y'all get to do that? Because that is important work. Because there are 3 shows, like Kerry Washington had a show.
That's actually a good question. I feel like Black men don't approach healing from that angle.
I wonder if y'all should.
Yeah, I feel like what we oftentimes do is we say, I'm making bad decisions and I need to be, this is me. What I'll do is I'll assess my decision making now and be like, oh, I'm not disciplined enough, or I'm not, I address it behaviorally.
Yeah.
And not like, as far as like, why am I doing stuff like this? But I feel like a lot of Black men do that. But also, I feel like Moonlight was probably an inner child.
Some of it, yeah.
Some of it was.
I feel like, yeah.
Let's see, what else might be that? That's a good question because I don't see. Oh, actually, Black Panther.
Oh, how
Black
so?
Panther and Creed 3.
Oh, I gotta watch.
Michael B. Jordan be on the inner child movies.
Hold on now, okay. You know what? He might be onto something. And yeah, because is that Ryan?
I don't know if Ryan Coogler did Creed 3. I think he produced Creed 3 and Michael B. Jordan directed Creed 3.
Oh, that's some good stuff.
But yeah, Black Panther, Ryan Coogler
Where in Black Panther was the inner child?
Because remember in Black Panther, Michael B. Jordan's character was he was left,
but he didn't get to love on his inner child though.
Nah, he didn't.
So when do
but
we
it
get
talked
to...
about how that hurt carries and guides your actions in the future. Yeah.
So I'm wondering because a part of like Alpha, but her beauty, and it was like she got to see like her inner child and then see and be kind of both inspired but also healed in a bit of that moment. And then there's a Kerry Washington, I forget what it's called. She has a show where her inner child literally rides in the back seat and it's so good because it's like for me it's being able to put a picture to like, oh, this is what's going on. Sometimes when I'm like in my feelings and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, 35-year-old, you got to drive. And I'm like, when is that moment when y'all get to kind of like see that imagery and feel that and talk to your inner child?
Yeah, I don't think it really happens much, to be honest with you. It should happen more. And we gotta foster environments for that to happen. Like so gratefully, we got the men's circle where we bring a group of Black men together to have these types of conversations and to also kind of I feel like as being a part of it, like a great thing and shout out to the expertise of Trey who's been really pivotal in steering that program. But I think a big part of it is like, how do I get to be like honest and vulnerable in a somewhat, it's private, but a somewhat public form. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's one thing for me to be at home and be like, I'm not doing this right, I'm not doing that right. It's another thing for me to be like, hey, y'all, this is what I be doing.
Yeah.
All right. And I don't know how to stop, and I don't really know if I'm tripping or like, I really ain't had no advice on this.
Yeah.
And being able to like, almost like workshop, like, what can we do to like support and how can we also like have somebody that's accountable. One thing I love that we do is like at the end of those meetings, the person sitting to your left is supposed to remind you of the commitment that you make today, and then the person to the right is the person that you check on. So it's like, so we have like, we set goals. We set goals at the end of every meeting, and then you got the person to the left of you and the person to the right to you. So it's like, I'm gonna hold you accountable, he gonna hold me accountable, and it goes all the way around the circle.
Yo, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Y'all keeping stuff from me. That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful.
I don't think it's intentional,
no,
but
I'm joking, but that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I really love that. I'm in this program, and we have an accountability person who like I so appreciate her so much. But she like, we check in every day. Like, did you like do this thing that you said you were gonna do? Right. And it's really, I really appreciate having friends who are like, this. You said you wanted to do this.
Come on.
I'm gonna walk with you through it, and it's really, really beautiful.
Yeah. And even it's like sometimes people don't. don't hold it up. And it's
Yeah.
like, but sometimes people get busy and they forget, like, oh, that's right. I was supposed to get this done by Tuesday.
Yeah.
Thank you for the reminder. Let me lock in. So it's just good to have support. Like, I think a lot of times what we try to do as black men is be like, I just need to buckle down. I need to lock in. I need to, go to the gym.
Yeah.
I need to save money. And I need to just be a man. Like, I feel like we approach stuff that way. I know I definitely do a lot of times. But it's different when somebody's like, hey, bro, how's it going on that project you said that you was trying to finish? And I'm like, oh, thank you for that. Like, it's not even like, because a lot of times we hear accountability and we think punishment. And it's like, the accountability is like, no, I just want to help you get to where you're trying to go because I want to see you win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I'm like, I want to invite you back home to yourself. Like you said, this is where you want to be. And I'm the usher. That's all I'm trying to be. Like, I'm not pulling you. I'm like, I'm just the usher.
Yeah.
That's so, I love that.
Yeah, it's great. So I'm excited to start the men's circle back up this fall and grow.
Yeah. And then you recently told me that you saw Sinners 45 times. help me understand this.
So, okay, all right. So, that's not a hard fixed number, but it came out on Amazon June 3rd. And I've probably watched it 80% of the days between June 3rd and now.
Whoa.
So
that's like over a month.
Yeah, over a month. And I saw it 4 times. Really, I bootlegged it one time before it came, when it was in between theaters. And,
I gotta get it. I gotta see it one more time.
I was like, I done bought 4 movie tickets. Let me get a pass. I said, man, I need that inspiration. I don't know. It's just, I've never seen anything like it. And I'm like, I love movies that feature black people in the South.
Yeah.
And to do it in a way that's like, it's not a slavery driven
that's fair
context.
Yeah.
And it's also it's musical and it's religious and it's also like horror and it's also like Ruth Carter did the costume design, who's like the greatest costume designer ever of all time. And it's like all of these different things that happen. I saw it in a 70 millimeter IMAX in California when I was out there. The biggest movie screen I've ever seen. It's like watching a film on the side of the earth. It's
I'm
so
in
big.
This movie, yeah.
Yeah. But I was just wildly inspired. And then like the music and the way it sounds is just like, one thing Ryan Coogler says in his interviews is the movie plays like an album. And I think that's the difference in like a movie that's got great music and great sound and a musical. I don't like musicals. I don't ever want to do dialogue and song. That's not my vibe. But great music in a movie, sign me up. That's what I'm about. But yeah, it's just a huge inspiration. And I think it's like, to me, there's different things that happen with black creatives that I look up to that I'm like, oh, this is a benchmark of like what greatness is. Yeah. And I think Sinners is that.
So do you pull something different every time you see it?
I try to. I've seen it so many times now that I'm searching for something that I missed and I can't really find it. So now I just kind of watch it to just feel the energy.
Is it like you watch it or you play it? Or you
sometimes I watch it and I'm sewing to it.
Got you.
You know what I mean? And it's on in the crib. Like, it's kind of like that. It's not like I'm just sitting down.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's like, sometimes it's background.
Sometimes it's background.
Like, I need that energy
and
in
it's
my
certain
space.
scenes that I'll stop what I'm doing and like watch this scene. It's like, anytime the scene where all of the ancestors and the futures in the room, I watch that every time that happens. It's one particular shot where Remick drops in from over. It seems like he drops in from over the camera. Eugene probably understands the brilliance of this, but he drops in from over the camera and he has this frantic run, and there's like this CGI smoke coming off of his body that looks 100% real, and he goes to knock on the door.
In the beginning, like,
it's not the very beginning, but it's early in, and I'm just like, that shot every time. I'm like, that's my favorite shot in the movie. So
really?
It just, I'm like, I'm taking that and I'm putting that in a video. Like, I'm dropping in from over the camera and I'm busting out into a sprint. Like, it just, I don't know, it just got so much movement that I like it.
So it's like, what are the maybe top 3 things you've gathered in your 35 times seeing this movie?
Top 3 things. Resources. Can dictate how much your vision can actually translate the way you see it in your mind.
That's real.
And also taking a risk, taking a big risk is going to pay off more often than not, I feel like.
What was the risk?
I feel like it's just a huge risk to be like, oh yeah, we're going to have Michael B. Jordan play both characters, and then for these characters, we're going to strap eight cameras around him to capture all the angles of the movement so we can do the technological work to like innovate cinema. Like that's a risk, because what if that didn't work? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like what if we tried something new? They created a rig for this movie to do it, and it's like, oh no, we've actually innovated cinema. Like that's a huge risk, and they're spending a lot of money. Yeah. So it's like, we got to make this money back. We got to make a good movie. Like, I think the budget was $95 million, really, something like that. Yeah. But they've made 300 plus, I think. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and it's like you see somebody get the opportunity to get a big budget like that to make a black film in the South. It's like with the homies that he'd been working with the whole time, and I think his wife was a part of the production team, and it's just like he used people he grew up with for like references for how like twins that he knew, and it's just like, I don't know, I could go on and on and on about this, but it's just very inspiring to see what you can do when you are properly resourced. The last thing I'll say is the way a thing makes you feel has a lot to do with the way it sounds. Mm-hmm. Like there's moments in that movie where I can never remember her name, and her character's name is Annie. She's like the spiritual woman in the movie, and
his love interest, like one of the twins' love interest.
Yeah. He was Smoke's love interest, and she talks, and there's these moments where the wind quietly blows behind what she's saying. And it's like, you don't notice that that's happening probably when you watch a movie the first time, or if you don't watch it on like real speakers. But it's like, it's a representation of her having power to move the atmosphere or to move the earth. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
So yeah. Yes. So yeah, when you hear that, it's like, I feel like she's powerful because I'm hearing something happen. I'm not hearing it in the front, but I'm feeling it. Coming. Yeah. So you can communicate a thing without saying it based upon how it sounds in the environment. So that's just something to learn from as well.
Those are all beautiful things. Yes. Okay, I have one more question. So was there anything you picked up like spiritually, or like, you talked about artistically, was there anything you was like ancestrally like, oh my God, this is like
absolutely
a lot, yeah.
So Delta Slim has a line in the movie. He was like, this ain't like that religion they forced on us. We brought this from home. Blues that's ours. So I think a lot of times, like, what we carry in the arts is a spiritual practice that we kept from the motherland. You know what I mean? And it may not be considered to be religious, quote unquote. It may not be considered to be spiritual, but it is. It's like, how are we able to feel this? I remember I was in New Orleans at the Narrative Power Summit, and a newfound hero of mine, Wendy, was singing, and they was like teaching us a song without words. Like it was like these like made up words, and Wendy was like, "You just gonna pull the words out of my mouth. You're gonna sing it with me. It ain't gonna be no words, but you're gonna know the words, and you're gonna catch it." And they were just like constantly like, let's go, let's just do it. Like they're singing. And I looked up at a point, and everybody is swaying left and right slowly and singing so like reverently that I'm like, oh, this is a largely spiritual thing. Yeah. Like this is like, we're not intending to be moving, but our bodies are moving because we're becoming attuned to this this thing that is truly divine. And I'm like, that is a spiritual practice. That's not just a art form. You know what I'm saying? It's beyond that.
Every time you talk about that experience, I think it's one of the reasons that I feel so sustained in this work, because I've had moments like that where Wendy has led circles. And it's like, it connects you to people. And some folks will say, they were like, oh, when we're in the space together, all of our ancestors are in the space together. And I that makes sense. I forgot I had heard that before. It was like, cultural organizers who said that. Janae was one of the folks who I heard say that, and then I think Carlin and DJ had said it too. But I'm just mindful, like when we are in that space and we're in harmony with each other, and we're vulnerable with our voices, and maybe we're not all the way on key, but we are with our truest selves. We're showing ourselves to each other, and we're inviting each other into connection.
And I have felt stepping outside of time. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're in this. I don't know how long we've been singing, nor do I care. Like the time no longer becomes relevant. And I think it's because like what they say in Sinners is like a griot has the ability to call forth the past and the future and bring them in the room. And it's like I have experienced that multiple times.
And even when you talk about it, I always feel like a pause. Like I'm always more here than I've been all day whenever you talk about that moment. It's just so special. Thank you for sharing that, for real, for real.
You're welcome, friend.
That was beautiful. Like, okay, let me get myself here. No, thank you for sharing. And so I was gonna say my experience with Sinners is a little bit different, and I'm gonna unpack that more. But I saw it once, and I was so moved. And I hear what everybody else is saying about like the brilliance and what y'all are pulling from, and like how folks are feeling validated and seen, and gathering information and like sometimes spiritual drop downs to help us think about how do we shape our future? What are we reminded from in the past? And at the same time, for me, it's hard for me to see Black people die. And I'm like, I can't, like, because they die at the end. And I'm like, this is so hard for me to look at.
Yeah.
And I want to get those same things, but I just can't see them.
They do, but they don't.
I can't see that. It's hard.
Black people didn't die at the end, though.
They did. And the Chinese family died. Like,
they didn't know. You're missing it.
What happened?
So do you remember when Smoke, it's the movie been out for so long.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
When Smoke goes and joins his family, they show the transition of where you go. And then when Preacher Boy, when the vampires were still alive, Stack and
that's not
Mary,
life.
No. Hear what I'm saying. And they were like, yo, I can make it to where you don't have to die. And he was like, no, I had enough of this place. So it's not that they're not dying. They're actually being freed from the space that they're currently in. So I didn't see it as like we're watching Black people die. I'm seeing that we're watching people go on to live in a better place.
Well, we're watching what's that sound like though?
Heaven?
Yeah, I'm like, that sounds like what we know of, like, in some ways, religion. It's like, we gotta die to see things better. And they got killed by a white vampire.
But okay, so it's both. It's both. Yes, Black people are being killed in the movie. Cool.
Yeah.
Not cool. But
not cool. No.
But landed.
Yeah.
But also, it's the catch me in the whirlwind. You know what I'm saying? Like, this physical form ain't gonna be able to stop my spirit. I'm gonna still be getting to it in the next spot.
But
too.
What's the taller man who becomes kind of the first vampire, the first Black vampire in the movie, the first one to be killed. He has the family. He's on
Cornbread.
His family don't got him in this realm no more.
No, that's real.
Like, that's real.
Yeah,
and the other lady who's like, married, who she had her encounter with Preacher Boy.
Pearline, trifling Pearline.
She not there no more with her husband.
Nah, she was never there with her husband.
Well, that's fair.
This is actually, okay, going back to the inner child question. Do people want to have kids anymore?
That's a good, this is so funny you asked me that.
Because we doing a lot of inner child work, but there ain't going to be no more childs.
Because, of course, birth rates are down. And two things are happening for me.
Okay.
One is that somebody asked me today, it was like, I thought you had a baby. I said, where am I get a baby from? Where's that coming from? What are we doing? What do you mean? Huh? That would be so random. Like, me?
Random things be happening.
That does happen every day. But I remember growing up when I was a kid, I was like, not like, I want to be somebody's mama. I wanted to be like thriving in my life and have a cute, boo. But I was like, not like, I gotta be somebody's mama. And I think one of the things that I find like nice about where we are now is that like we have choice. Like, it's like, I didn't have to get married at like 20, 25. Like, I didn't like, and a lot of people didn't have choice.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't have choice. And so it was like, their choices are not there. And I don't mean just like choice of like abortion. I mean just like choice, like family. And it was like people's autonomy was taken from them. They had to be like, you're gonna have to be in this relationship. You're gonna have to be a parent. This is not something you get to think about and choose. And I'm like, I think people are choosing to be where they at right now.
Yeah.
And some people are making a different choice, and it's really beautiful to see that too. I love hanging out with my friends' kids and be like, oh my God, you're so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
I don't think people want to have kids no more.
Some people do.
I mean, some people do, sure. But I feel like a lot of people, and I'm wondering if it's like the global context of where the world is.
Yeah, it's really hard to think
folks
about
is
having
like,
a kid.
Let's wrap it up on this. We don't need to keep doing this. But the other thing is like,
do you want to have a kid?
Man, I go back and forth all the time.
Yeah.
It's looking grim.
I know. It's like, dang, it ain't happened, because I was so afraid to get pregnant as a kid, as a young person.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was like, in high school and in college.
You thought you could get pregnant from hugging?
No, I didn't think that. Oh. No, I knew that. I knew how to get pregnant, and I was like, "Oh my God, don't want to get." I knew how, and I knew how not to. And so I'm just like, they put it in our head so much not to have kids, and it's like, now you want me to have a.
Yo, you remember like teen pregnancy was like a big
do you
like
Teen Moms?
Yes,
yeah. Do you remember this MTV show?
Look, they wasn't playing
that every weekend. That's why I got kids now.
It was such a big push about teen pregnancy, but my high school did have a daycare, and people that went to my high school had babies that was in the daycare.
Yeah.
Like that was folks was getting pregnant early, and they still are.
Yeah.
Like that's still happening. I don't know if it's happening as much or if it's just like the media isn't
I don't know.
Cranking that narrative, but
there was a lot of information when I was in high school. It was like, and they took comprehensive sex. I don't think we ever had comprehensive sex ed, but we had a bit of sex ed.
Yeah,
that's gone. They wrapped that up. So I'm like, I'm very worried.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I don't know. So you don't know if you?
I don't know if I want no kids. It just seemed like so much work, and I'm just like, I do a lot already, and I was like, it would be impossible.
Yeah, I don't know how people are doing it. How people living off of these paychecks?
The co-parenting kind of makes sense.
You like what?
Like
what
take him out of here. You know what I'm saying? Take the baby out of here. Let me get like 4 days, 5 days. Let me do my thing. Then you need 3 days. You get 3 days. I'll take the baby. Like hot potato and the baby is kind of lit.
I'm not doing that. I'm only
logistically.
No, I'm only having a kid if the person with me is like devotion, adoration to me in my life.
So you want the baby every day?
I'm probably like, I just don't know if I feel like even when I think even if I have the baby, I don't want to have a baby by myself, even if they're 7.
But do you want the baby every day?
No, but when I do have the baby, I want somebody else with me with the baby.
No, I feel that.
So yeah.
No, that's happening regardless.
Yeah. No, but if
we hot potato and the baby, I'm gonna have help.
Yeah. So but the person I have a child with, they need to be devoted, adoration, and.
Is this an ad?
An ad? What do you mean?
An ad? An advertisement?
No, it's not an ad. It's just like that. But I think more people are thinking like that, and that's also why they're not having babies, because it's like. We're not locked in. We're not locked in. What are we doing? I have choices here.
I feel that.
Okay? Even if the state tried to take away, some choices still exist.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, for sure.
That's a good question.
I like being able to get up and do what I want to do.
Me too. And then I like to move quickly. I've been learning how to be patient when I'm like, oh, I have to wait on you. Oh, okay. This is interesting. Okay.
And that whole like, oh, you know what? I'm going to shoot to Atlanta tonight.
Right.
That's gone.
Yeah. No, that's a
You know
wrap.
what I'm saying? Like you're not doing stuff like that.
No. And like my money going to like my new shoes that I like. That might be different.
Cut it.
That might be different.
So yeah, I don't know. It's like I don't want to be selfish, which is why I don't want to have a kid.
That's not a selfish thing.
No, I'm saying I know what I want to be doing. And if it's not having a kid, I shouldn't be having no kid.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I kind of was like, I ain't accidentally done it, so I guess it's not something. Well.
Alrighty. I think the other thing I wanted to.
No, because a lot of kids be an accident, and I'm like, dang, feels gonna happen.
In 2025. Tough. Not that much of an accident.
That's real.
Come on now.
The way they painted it when we were in school was that like it's just. It's like
some things got to line up here. You know what I'm saying? It's windows and like opportunities.
It's a surprise.
Yeah. So but also, I was thinking about that because I'm like, if the power base for black folks is a black family and folks don't want to have kids, How we finna do it?
Well, we have to define. Also, black people define family so differently. Like, just because I don't have kids don't mean I'm not a part of raising my niece and nephews, or like my little cousins, or my god kids.
Right.
Like, I'm thinking about that too.
But I think about the black church, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a big issue with the black church right now is that, well, like older churches that been around, they're having a hard time staying open because young people don't want to go to church. Right?
I ain't gonna lie, I was in Mount Zion last weekend. It was parking people was parked all in the parking lot. It was a lot of people there.
That's a big church. I'm talking about like, your neighborhood churches. Like they're not bringing in young people. So I was thinking, I'm like, without the influx of new blood, how do you keep a thing going? Even if you got nieces, nephews, whatever, it's like if there's less people being made, then it's gonna be a little gap, right? Do we have an obligation to the black movement to have babies?
I will say this is the time when I really thought about having kids, in 2015, when I was like so angry about how like black people were being killed by the police. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm just gonna have a lot of black people to, make it. Yeah, that's.
Do you mean like childbirth?
Yeah.
You referring to it as I'm gonna have a lot of people?
I was like, I'm gonna have a lot of people. So that's how I was thinking.
Okay.
And then I think when that happened, I was 25, and it was more possible to have a lot of people. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't willing to have a lot of people then. So I think maybe we should have more people.
Okay.
Maybe.
Start making people, y'all. Look, man.
It is people.
So what, man?
Make them.
You like them a little bit. Just do it.
Make a person.
Make a person.
Make a person with them. But we got to show up for each other. So people, because the other thing is it's hard to choose to have a person when it's like I don't have a village or community support me. So we have to build community and deeper villages.
Something else I did, shout out to my niece, Journey. Me and Journey got a sewing machine. So I went over and me and Journey made a tote bag together.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
And y'all made cinnamon buns or
beignets before.
Beignets, yeah.
Tote bags this time.
Yeah.
So,
you doing the
me
work.
and Journey, we make stuff together.
So your people have new people.
No, slow it down. So I also have a nephew who is younger. Very strong. Jovi is Spider-Man, okay? You cannot look away and he not hanging off the ceiling trying to do a backflip off the kitchen table. It is crazy.
That's what's happening in real life?
We trying to sew and he's climbing on the table. Like, and shout out to my sister. She was doing a good job. But if you blink for a second, he's going to be in another place doing something he's not supposed to be doing.
That's how kids are, the little babies be.
And
though.
I'm like, I don't know if I'm built.
That's real.
I'm not built. I like to chill.
Oh, yeah.
So that's on,
That is hard. I do remember when I had, my little sister was a baby and I was like, dang, we really got to be.
You got to watch him
at
all times. Yeah.
Because, you can't just put him in front of TV. That
you
don't
can't
work.
doze off.
Yeah, nah. Yeah. I'm like, I'm sleepy. What are we doing? Yeah. Are you still up?
White people might have been right with them leashes. I ain't gonna hold you.
For the baby?
Put the baby on a leash. Okay? Because my nephew.
They be everywhere.
Look.
I be so scared walking with kids. Like, oh my God, what are we doing? Be still. Yeah. That's real.
But all right. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we landed it.
Yeah. Okay. It's
on this day in
choice.
history.
Yeah. Oh, what is this?
August 11th.
11th.
You didn't do it, did you?
I spent a lot of time on the news.
Okay.
Did you?
You want to just do some Black August history? How about that?
Okay, yeah. So Black August was started in 1979 in California prison to really lift up and honor the lives of freedom fighters whose lives were taken from them as they were fighting George Jackson. And it's at the same time that folks are really like, we have to recognize, and we use Black August to also honor and lift up our political prisoners. Political prisoners are Black people, right? In Black August, we talk about Black political prisoners who have been fighting for Black liberation, and because of that fight, have been accused of offenses and sentenced to long time in prison. In response to that, the state being like, we have to put you away because of your fight. And so we lift those up. And then there are people who, while in prison, have been politicized and then also become a part of the Black liberation fight. And so we're lifting up those names during this month. And then it's also a time to be like, engage in deeper discipline, commitment, to make a deeper commitment and dedication to the fight for Black liberation.
How the fasting been going?
It's been going good for me.
What's your fast?
Vegan, strict vegan.
Strict vegan.
Yeah, cause I be like vegetarian, then I be throwing in some cheesecake here and there. And
I've been going straight vegetarian.
Vegetarian.
Vegetarian. Yeah, I eat chicken and fish.
Yeah.
But
So you took out meat.
Yeah,
that's real.
Pause. But I will say, I will say, the vegetarian ain't so bad. It ain't so bad.
Yeah, no.
But I be hungry all the time.
Yeah. Well, you really don't be eating like you should though. So
okay.
You don't eat as many meals as you should.
I see that.
Yeah. So
I see that.
And then, but is there a physical part of your Black August?
Yeah. So I'm running a 5K this weekend. And I've been training for that. And then how
long is a 5K?
3.1 miles.
Okay, bad.
So it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to run it in 30 flat.
Oh,
so
30 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you booking it. But my fastest time this week was 33 minutes. So I got to find a way to cut 3 minutes.
By a few hours from now.
Yeah, by tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's an aspirational goal.
Yeah.
The politic is aspirational.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. So you're doing that, and then are you reading, studying?
Yeah, we're reading the autobiography of Assata Shakur. And we're also going to read, I don't know if we'll get to it before the month is over, but Our Prison's Obsolete by Angela Davis.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. The Assata Shakur book is great. I'm maybe on the third chapter, I think.
Yeah.
But there's one moment in the first chapter that I loved where Assata's in a hospital bed and says, I see a black pig, in the room. And as he gets closer to me, I realize this isn't a pig. This is actually a hospital security guard. And he looks at me with no hatred at all and balls up his fist and makes the power sign. And she was like, he'll never know how much he helped me in that moment. Because, they torturing her.
Yeah, no, they literally torturing her.
Like literally torturing her in the hospital. And it's like you see somebody in a uniform and, you disoriented and all of these things. And it's like, now it's my own people is finna turn and somebody get close like, nah, I got your back. Yeah. And it's like, that is the energy that I also want to be giving in Black August of just letting people know I'm here for you if you need me.
No, that's real.
So I'll go to mine on this day in history, which is interesting. This is actually very interesting. And Jamel talks about this a lot, how a lot of Black moments, big moments in Black history occur in August. But it's technically August 11th, the birthday of hip hop. That's what is identified as hip hop's birthday.
That's why I said we got to get back to hip hop.
They need to call me.
Literally, for real.
Yeah,
I really
actually.
feel that. Can you write it down?
Write it down? So
then it will become reality. You got to write it down so you can start.
Bet.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Cool. I'm gonna see if we can tag in Fresco to help out.
Yeah.
I think Fresco would be down.
Who else would you tag in?
Man, I'm tagging in
Clarence.
Let me get Clarence.
Yeah, got
you know what I'm saying? Let's get Clarence in there. You know what? Let's get Josh Black in there.
Yeah.
To do some of the script writing for the show. Let's get, we got to get Lee in there.
Absolutely.
For the photography. We got to go.
Got to go Denzel for the political.
I want Deontay Kyle on the board. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Deontay Kyle. We talk a lot about the Grits and Eggs podcast up here. Great podcast. We need him on there. I'm going to get
Queen Latifah. Yes, thank you.
We're going to continue on to talk about the birthday of hip hop. August 11th was
what? Queen Latifah is one of the pioneers of hip hop.
Yes,
are you
absolutely.
Serious?
And no disrespect.
T.Y.
No disrespect to Queen Latifah.
Who also became an honorary member of Delta Sigma Theta. So shout out to that. I mean,
the Ops.
They not that. They did they big one with that.
Hey, y'all is actually the AKA's got to fight back. All right, because the Deltas dropped a whole roster. A whole roster A-list.
Queen Latifah by herself is like, whoa.
Yeah, they kept coming with
Queen
the hits.
Queen Latifah?
Huh? Who did y'all get?
Do you know how much I love Queen Latifah?
I'm sure. She the equalizer.
She's Khadijah, living single. Also, Living Single podcast. We gonna do this. Fire, brilliant, love it. But Queen Latifah. So can we just put her back on that board? For
I'm
real.
with it.
Because you need some history.
We do.
We do. We need some history because hip hop is strayed away. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing, Boost? So
What you mean?
I don't, because we all over the place. There's a beef between Drake and Kendrick. We need unity.
This is old.
You and I,
It sounds like you the history.
we need a deeper political grounding.
Yeah. But this is what's dope about when I was looking up more about the birthday hip hop. This was like, it's considered that because DJ Kool Herc was, I don't know if it's the first time it ever happened, but they kind of say this was one of the first moments that a break beat where like a DJ is looping a drum break on a vinyl. To make like a consistent beat that becomes the style of hip hop production. But it's teenagers in the Bronx that threw a party where this happens. So it's like, it's perpetually like the people shifting culture is young black people in this country coming up with new ideas, coming up with something that nobody even understands at the time that will later go on to be the most popular art form, the most popular genre on the planet.
When did you fall in love with hip hop? Was it when you played the trumpet? Was
I didn't
it your
see
favorite?
that coming. Yo, I don't know. It's hard because, you know, I grew up as a church kid, so we wasn't really allowed to listen to rap music for a
Not
period
even
of time.
Christian rap?
So Christian rap was one of the first times I heard rap music.
Dang, for real?
Yeah, it was a concert at Born Again. Yeah,
Who
Blazing
was it?
Crisis. I'll never forget. And they was kind of getting off. I ain't gonna hold you. Like the raps might still hold up, but I was like, yo, what is this? And it was like from there, I was kind of like looking for more, but it was still like we wasn't really allowed to listen to the radio. It was strict in my house, so I would sneak and listen to Ludacris and sneak and listen to T.I. and sneak and
Where
like,
did you listen to it at?
on the bus, at school,
you.
you
Okay.
know what I'm saying, wherever I could. And eventually my sister started burning CDs and she started giving me CDs.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it happened. And it was just waves of like, I caught the wave of like what the South was doing in the 2000s. And then I caught the wave of like Common and Mos Def and Erykah Badu and all of that stuff. And then I started getting into the mixtapes with DJ Drama and Wayne and all. It's like, it just came in all of these waves. And it was like, I'm going to learn everything that I can possibly. I had so many notebooks with raps in it, like just composition notebooks with raps on every line on every page. Just like, not good raps either, but like just churning them out.
Right, and you was writing though too.
Yeah, I was writing consistently. And it was like, I think, you know what? When I fell in love with it, it's probably the first rap battle I won. Like as somebody who like was rapping, this was probably, I was in high school. I was probably a sophomore in high school at this time at Pearl Cone. We on the bus on a band trip, marching band trip, and we rapping, and we was watching battles at that time. So we watching Cassidy and we watching Smack DVD and URL, early URL stuff, and all of this stuff, Freeway versus Cassidy and all of these, and Murder Mook and all of that. And you know, we rapping on the bus, and somebody starts rapping the Cassidy verse in my battle against him. So I start rapping the Cassidy verse with him at the same time, and I'm like, you stole it. You made it. And the bus goes crazy. It's pandemonium on the bus. We sweaty. We got on band.
Yeah, I didn't know. The pants and the sweaty t-shirt.
So then after that, I was so juiced up from the energy on the bus, I start freestyling. I don't remember what the line was. But as soon as the bus parked, I said the last line, and the doors opened up, and everybody was screaming and just ran off the bus. Yeah, it was just a magical. I was like, oh, I have to do this for the rest of my life. Like it was just, the energy was insane because we on a yellow bus. Like we packed in there.
Yeah.
So it was just so much energy.
So what about it was like made you fall in love? Was it this? Yeah.
I think it was the energy. It was like the way it's like the way time stood still. You know what I mean? It's like we are so locked in, and then there's the suspense if nobody knows what's about to happen. Like we're really on here freestyling, making stuff up out of thin air. Like, and it probably wasn't great, but you know, for the time, it was amazing. You know, it was just like being able to create something that you think can only happen in like at a Titans game. You know, you being able to create that on a yellow bus with 20 kids that's like your age is like, it's just an undeniable like magical experience. And I think I wanted to be like, man, I want to create those moments that become like, I remember exactly where I was when this happened. You know what I mean? And I don't know, it was something that was just, it always stuck with me.
That's so beautiful. My goodness, I love that. I love that. No, thank you for answering that. I was really there with you on the bus, thinking about it, seeing it. Look, in that moment, I'm like hearing the kids and seeing them on the edge, like trying to hear what you saying.
And it was a fine girl on there that was
look,
thoroughly
so
impressed.
You have to.
I have to win.
You look.
I can't.
I got to. I
can't lose.
Good in front
this
of
is my one chance.
Nah, that's dope.
Yeah. So yeah, I think. Let me see. Where we at on time? There it is.
Yeah, we good.
I think we did it.
We ate. Not gonna hold you.
Look, episode 40.
Yeah.
Get the Goods podcast. We got a few things coming up this month. We got the community dinner, August 19th. RSVP at oursmc.org/events. We bring people together every month to learn about city council, get updates on the varsity spending plan. And then also, August 23rd, we got a mass meeting.
Our Black August mass meeting.
Black August mass meeting. So we're going to learn a little bit about Black August, and we're also going to learn about what's currently happening in the city, what's going on, how people are feeling, skill up a little bit. So we got the necessary education to participate in democracy. So it's going to be a good time.
Let's get it.
And as always, if we work together,
we win together.
If we win together,
we change the world.
Peace, y'all.
Peace. That was good.